on our live stream, but that's okay. I think it's too tight over there as it is. But I'm talking about Taylorville Junior High School Student Council Advisor Courtney Cummings. Courtney, thanks so much for coming on this morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, it is good to have you on. And then we have another Student Council Advisor as well in Shelly Graves. Shelly, thank you for coming on too.
Yes, thank you for having us. We're excited.
Yes, I am excited as well. And then to her right, we have the Vice President of the Taylorville Junior High School Student Council, Nora Curtin. Nora, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yes, it's good to have you on. And then to her right, all the way on the right, is the Student Council President, Ella Bates. Ella, thank you for coming on too.
Thank you for having us. I think it will be fun.
I think it will be fun too. And I like to do this one-by-one introduction here so that way our listeners can put voices to names. So first off, I want to start with our two council members. So I mentioned your roles already. How did you two each initially get involved in the Student Council?
Well, I saw like the posters and I thought it would be pretty fun. And so I went to the meeting. I was like, ooh, this sounds interesting. And so we went and we made posters and we had everybody vote for us.
I had older friends in 8th grade and they always told me about it and it always sounded very fun. So I decided to get involved and it very much was fun.
Okay, nice. So, it sounds like it's been fun so far. Talk a little bit about what you each do in your roles as president and vice president. And President Ella Bates, we'll start with you.
Well, as president, every month I send out like a newsletter to help people know what's going on in student council and what all we're doing. And we really help lead the meetings by telling everybody like involved in student council what we're going to do that month specifically. And just we really help divide up the work among people.
And we also, with like everything we do in student council, we help like lead it with activities and like think of more ideas. Like with the luau, we think of all the activities and we are a big part of like everything that we do in student council this year.
Okay, so big, overall involvement there in the student council. Any other extracurriculars you two are involved in?
Well, I do volleyball and track, and other than that, not really.
So you'll probably be busy soon with track, I would imagine, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what about you?
I just do volleyball, but I do school ball and club ball. So
okay, so you're busy out there with volleyball. So I imagine then the two of you knew each other, having played volleyball before you got involved here.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, nice. So you got a president and a vice president who know each other really well. Looking more into your work in student council, how do you see the student council's role in kind of acting as that bridge between the student body and the school administration? I know you mentioned the newsletter, but I would imagine there's more to that as well.
I think of it more as a way to really help people get involved in their school and be beneficial for the students so that they can have more of a fun time and experience at the school.
We act kind of like a voice for students and bring everybody together and knowing that everyone is here for each other and bringing everyone together.
Nice. So, just kind of making that connection there. Talk a little bit about how the council has sort of gone outside of the school gates and, try to make a difference in the community.
Well, we really helped this year with our Thanks to Giving food drive because there's so many people that can't afford food and stuff like that. And so it was really nice because we got to help out the community that way.
We have also done like Fannie Mae as long with the Thanksgiving food drive, which like helps not only with the community, it also helps with providing new things for our school.
Okay, nice. So you had that all going on as well. So did you work like specifically with the Taylorville Food Pantry?
Yes.
Okay, nice. So you worked right with them. We actually had them on yesterday morning as well. So yeah, that's a little more of your community work there. How do you ensure that you're representing the interests of all of the students, not just some of the grade levels or your grade levels?
Well, every once in a while, say there's something that, it's kind of controversial. We don't really know what to do. We send out votes and stuff like that to make sure that everyone can have a voice and a vote.
And we make sure to go to every classroom to get suggestions for everyone too. And so we get to go face to face with all the students.
So every classroom. So are you talking like maybe, to all the social studies classes or all the science classes? Is that how it works?
We go to all the homerooms and we make sure to go in every classroom one by one, and everyone is in a homeroom, so it works perfect.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. So then you have homeroom there, and then that works out really well. Talk about like any specific events or any wins or just anything cool that you're proud of organizing this year.
This year in student council, we have done many activities. I'm very proud of our food drive that we had. It was very successful, and we raised a lot of money for the food drive, and also the Fannie Mae and like Christmas assemblies, which was good for bringing everyone together and cheering on, and it was very good bonding.
I really like the Minute to Win It games because during that, a bunch of teachers dressed up and competed against each other, and all of the grades assembled since we had like 6th and 7th and like 8th. Actually, no, it was 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th, and that really helped boost student morale and stuff like that. And yes.
You mentioned Fannie Mae. What's that?
It's like a chocolate place where they have like chocolate and popcorn and stuff like that. And so like students, if they sell enough, then they can win certain prizes.
Okay, interesting. I had not heard of that. And I have been to middle school before, so I was a little surprised. But okay, Fannie Mae. That's really cool. That you do that. So, it sounds like with all the involvement you mentioned, it probably takes up quite a bit of time in your schedule. How do you kind of balance that heavy time commitment of your duties with the council with your classes and clearly extracurriculars too?
I think that just being like a good student and committed to your work really helps, and just making sure that you stay on task and make sure that you have all your homework done and like you don't miss out on any of that.
Just like what Ella said, like making sure you pay attention in class and use the time that they give you to work on stuff to get things done is really good with balancing student council and like schoolwork.
Yeah, and it sounds like the efficiency is a big part of that. So it mentions here morning announcements. So how does that work? Do one of you folks like go on the intercom and give announcements?
It kind of works out perfectly because we have like 5 executive student council members, and so like I'm Monday and like Kendall's Tuesday. Are you Wednesday?
Jocelyn's Wednesday, Lauren is Thursday, and then I'm Friday.
And so every morning we'll go on the announcements. We'll say the pledge, whose birthday it is, what's for lunch that day, and just really make sure that people are keeping up with what's going on.
And some motivational words is in there too
Yes.
for like February trait of the months and stuff like that.
Probably prepared you for this radio interview right
Yes.
here, I would imagine. Okay, so that's cool. You have the morning announcements. What are the ways sort of beyond those announcements that the student council is kind of communicating with students and sharing ideas?
Well, like I said, with the newsletter, we really let them know what's coming up, and we let them know like sometimes there's a thing like a Google form where you can vote on stuff in that too.
And like if there's something coming up, we always can like remind them a few days ahead and just remember like there's always time, but don't forget because it's very important.
That's right. And then when it comes to if you were to have 3 main pillars of student council, or maybe you already do, what are they?
I would say that those pillars, they would be like
community service and like school spirit
and
like pep rallies and stuff.
making sure that like the student voices are heard.
Making sure the student voices are heard, and that's what we're doing right now with the president and vice president of the Taylorville Junior High School Student Council, Ella Bates and Nora Curtin, respectively. And I'm also joined by the student council advisors, Courtney Cummings and Shelley Graves. And we'll hear more from the two of them, and of course more from the president and vice president after a quick break we're going to take right here. You are listening to the Taylorville Schools Good News segment right here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Hey you, it's Amanda McKay, the Director of Human Resources at Kimmer Village. Kimmer Village is hiring for residential techs now. We offer competitive pay, full benefits, paid time off, tuition assistance, and a retirement plan that invests in you. Here you're not just clocking in. You're building a future for yourself, your family, and mentoring the youth we serve. Apply today at kimmervillage.org.
AgriTalk is the radio talk show for American agriculture. Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Chip Flory. We join you weekday mornings from 10 to 11 on WTIM on AM and FM and on the WTIM streams. We provide farmers and ranchers with timely insights and information aimed at improving their operations. Join me, Chip Flory, weekdays at 10:06 on your Ag Information Station, WTIM.
It's tax time and your refund goes farther at Landmark at Taylorville, your Chevy, Buick, and GMC headquarters. This is Bill Pinkston, General Sales Manager. Drive home in style, power, and reliability with huge savings on our full lineup of trucks and SUVs. Bring in your tax return and let one of my leprechauns maximize your budget. Plus, with over 400 pre-owned vehicles in our family dealerships and our lifetime powertrain warranty, why would you buy anywhere else? All roads lead to Landmark of Taylorville. And remember,
You always do better at Landmark.
I'm Police Chief Andrew Pistorius with the Sullivan Police Department, here to talk about a topic no one wants to discuss, depression that many times leads to suicide. When a person is going through such feelings, many times family and friends don't know how to help, but there is help. If you feel depressed or lonely, there are many resources to help you. Call a trusted relative, friend, or minister, or call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline toll-free at 800-273-TALK. That's 800-273-TALK. All of us are here to help.
Hi, I'm Mark Sanders, and I'm your longtime host, interviewing Shelbyville and Shelby County community and business leaders every week. For some 10 years, WTIM, your information station, has originated its Friday morning show live from our downtown Shelbyville studios. Tune in on AM or FM or online every Friday from 8:40 to 10, brought to you by these great sponsors.
Family Drug, the Villas of Hollybrook, Shelbyville Manor, and Corner Copy sponsor the WTIM Shelbyville Morning Show.
At People's Bank and Trust, they help their consumer and business customers spend their time living their life, not explaining it. At People's Bank and Trust, they put people first. Find out how they can help you by clicking their banner ad at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Robinson from Advanced Title. Whether selling your home on your own or through your local realtor, please give us a call at 824-8007 for all your title work needs.
WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, Landmark of Taylorville, and in the case of this particular segment, also the Taylorville School District, where they promote student success because they're A+. And that's because this is the Taylorville Schools Good News segment that we have at 8:40 on the first Thursday of every month. So thanks for tuning in for it. I'm Reed Kamai, and I continue my conversation with Courtney Cummings and Shelley Graves, the Taylorville Junior High School Student Council advisors, along with Ella Bates and Nora Curtin, the student council president and vice president, respectively. And we heard a lot from the president and vice president in the first segment. I'd love to get the advisors in here as well, and start with just hearing a little bit about what kind of your role entails in terms of being an advisor of the junior high school student council.
So we kind of facilitate everything that the girls do. We are the sort of the people behind the scenes, making sure that everything runs smoothly. They're doing all of the work. We come up with a lot of the ideas, and then they put it all into motion. We facilitate the meetings, but as the girls said, that they run those. They've done that pretty much since the beginning, and they're doing a great job. So basically just to be there for them as a means of support when they need it, and to deal with the money side of it on the other part of that as well, with the budget and all of that. But lots of moving pieces all of the time. It's a lot of times it's fly by the seat of your pants in student council, but we have a good time. We're really just here to support the girls, to make sure that they are, student council is all about developing those leadership skills that are going to help them later on in life. And this is part of that. The radio we're so grateful for this opportunity for them. But basically to be there to facilitate all of those opportunities for the girls.
Okay, nice. And then so that's kind of what your role is. And then talk about how you first got involved in being student council advisors.
I got involved. I'm actually a Pana native. I'm not from Taylorville, and was born and raised there, and very much a big part of the community. And when I came over here, I was missing that. So being a teacher has helped, but I wanted to get it as much involved as I can. And so that's why I got involved with student council, just to get, kind of widen my impact circle, and be able to get to know more kids and develop those relationships.
Nice. And then anything for you to add, Shelley?
Yeah, I joined up because Courtney and I, we co-teach together. We're both English teachers as well at the junior high. And I also wanted to get involved with the leaders of the school, really help promote that leadership quality in the kids and giving them opportunities to develop that so that they can become life leaders. So I really enjoy the opportunity to work with them and with Courtney.
Awesome. Well, that is so that's great to hear how the two of you got involved and kind of what it means to the both of you. So let's see. I want to turn to Ella now, the president. You talked a little bit about your overall role as the president, but in terms of what happens like at meetings, how does that look from your vantage point?
Well, so in the mornings, we start off with like just an executive board meeting. We'll go over what we'll say at the meetings, and like we get like a little sheet to make sure that we know everything to go over. And then at the meetings, like me and Nora will help divvy up, like Kendall, you'll do this segment, or Lauren, you'll do this, or Jocelyn, you'll do this part. And then like we obviously know which parts we'll do. And then from there, we get the attention of all the students, and we'll be like, hey, we're going to have like a dance this week, or we're going to have a luau. What ideas do you have?
Okay, so that's kind of your role there in terms of the meetings. And then we were also talking a little bit earlier about the President's Project. Who would like to elaborate on that and kind of what's going on with that in the immediate time?
We just came up with this idea a couple days ago. Shelly and I had an idea, and Ella just found out about it this morning. So I don't know if she'll be able to discuss it much, but we decided going forward for every year in student council, we are going to give our president of student council $500 to spend on a non-consumable item of their choice to like kind of leave behind a legacy at the junior high. It'll have their name on it. So some of the examples, we talked about buying a classroom set of books that, you know, in the inside cover would say donated by TJHS Student Council President 2026 Elevates or whatever. What were some of the other ideas?
Potentially books just donated to the library in general at the junior high school. I know sometimes at recess time, you know, they equipment that the kids want to use out after lunchtime, that sometimes is something that could be donated. We were just kind of this is a brand new idea, but we just thought it would be kind of neat for the president to have that legacy.
Awesome. So yeah, a great way it seems to kind of leave that legacy. We're coming in on 1 minute left. I understand elections are coming up, not only in the real world in Illinois, but also for the student council. Who wants to talk about that?
Well, they are allowed to make posters, which that will help like people want to vote for them, and they're allowed to make videos, and that is spread across all of the homerooms, and in homeroom they watch it and they talk about what they would do for student council and why they should choose them.
Also, like for us, we'll really just help them know what to do specifically, because like last year for us, I know that they did the same thing for us as well, where they just talked us through like what we'll do and how we'll help, and just tell us like ease off our nerves and tell us that it's okay and it's really just a fun thing, which it really is.
Oh, it sounds like it, at least in the TJHS student council scene. Well, I've been talking with Courtney Cummings, Shelly Graves, both student council advisors, and Ella Bates and Nora Curtin, student council president and vice president, respectively. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you so much for having us. Oh,
shout out to my brother Ryan.
Yes, yeah, I got to get the shout out in there from Ella Bates. Well, no, it was great to have the four of you in here on the Taylorville Schools Good News segment. Of course, we do that at 8:40 in the morning on the first Thursday of every month, and we'll do it again next month. I can't wait to see who comes on. This, of course, is part of the WTIM morning show on your information station. More coming up soon.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville. 96.1 FM Taylorville. 107.